All right, so we are done with vertex form and we're moving to standard form, which we hit a little bit in the last video. This is standard form for a quadratic equation or a parabola. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. A cannot be 0, right? Because if I plug 0 in here, this whole term goes away, and then I'm just left with that, bx plus c, which is a line, not a parabola. This is, I feel like, the most common form you'll see a parabola in. And then to find the vertex, you can find the x-coordinate of the vertex by plugging in the negative of b over 2a. And then once you get that x value, you plug it back in, and you can find the y-coordinate of the vertex. But let's do some examples. So, first example. Standard form, find the vertex. So we are going to use that formula above. So I know the vertex. I can find the x-coordinate by doing the negative of b, so the negative of negative 6, over 2 times a, and a is 1. So that just becomes 6 over 2, and that's at 3. So the coordinate is 3. So now I'm just going to go back in and plug in 3 for x. So y equals 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 10. Well, that is equal to 9 minus 18 plus 10. 9 minus 18 is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 10 is 1. So the coordinates of the vertex are at 3, 1. All right, so that's how you would use that formula to find the vertex. Now let's say we had to graph f of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 8. Well, the first thing we need to graph is to find the vertex. So let's find the vertex. So that's the negative of negative 4 over 2 times a is 1, so that becomes 4 over 2, so that's 2. So it's x. Now let's find the y. Y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 8, so that comes out to 4 minus 8 plus 8. Those 8's cancel out, so I'm just left with 4. So the vertex can be found at 2, 4. All right, so I can graph that. Let's do that. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the vertex. Okay, so I know I'm going up. I know this thing's going to open up because the a is positive. So I know it's going to open up. So I'm going to need something up here. Maybe we can figure out where it crosses the y-axis. So where does it cross? Where's the y-intercept? Well, that's when x is equal to 0. So let's plug that in. Y equals 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 8. So y equals 8. That's the y-intercept, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, right there. Now the other thing I know, because this is a parabola, is that right here, going through the vertex, is the line of symmetry. So that means, however it looks on the left side, it's going to look exactly the same on the right. So because I went 2 spaces over and I'm at 8, I can do the same thing on the right 2 spaces over and I'm at 8. So that line of symmetry does for you. And then I can just sketch my graph. So there's a good sketch of the parabola using just the vertex and then another point. All right, I'm going to go back to my regular notebook. So we are going to do this problem here. I'm going to read it to you or show it to you from the textbook so I don't have to write it all out. This is example 3. It says the graph of the function f of x equals negative 10x squared plus 700x minus 6,000 shows the profit a company earns for selling headphones at different prices. What is the maximum profit the company can expect to earn? Right, so x is the number of headphones and f of x is the profit, right, the amount of money they're making. So I'm looking at this, I see a is negative, so I know it's going to open down. Okay, so if this thing is opening down, the vertex is up here. The vertex is going to be the maximum. So when they're asking us for the max profit, they're asking us for the y value at the vertex. So if I come back over here And I'm just going to write that function from the textbook right here. So we have to find where the vertex is. Okay, so let's do that. So negative b is negative 700 over 2a is 2 times negative 10. That's negative 700 over negative 20. And I already did this in another notebook, so that comes out to be 35. Okay, so I know x is 35, and I have to plug it back into the equation to get the y. Negative 10 times 35 squared plus 700 times 35 minus 6,000. Well, that all comes out to be 6,250, right? That's our y value, dollars. So the vertex is here. So what does that mean? That means that they can sell the headphones for, if they sell the headphones for $35, because that's what the X was, selling price, right? Then they can earn a maximum of $6,250. So the max profit is $6,250 if they sell these are headphones, yep, for $35 each. Okay, then we're going to do one more where we use our calculator and some matrices to help us figure out the standard form. So a parabola passes through negative 232, 1, 5, and 317. What is the equation of the parabola? Okay, so these are x and y points, right? So if I have the point negative 2 comma 32, and I want to write it in standard form, well, I know that the y is equal to 32. I don't know what a is, but I know that x is negative 2 squared. I don't know what b is, but I know that x is negative 2, and I don't know what c is. So I've just plugged in my x and y coordinate into standard form. So now when I write that out, I'm going to write it this way. I'm going to write 4a squared minus 2b plus c equals 32. Right, so I have an equation there to figure out a, b, and c. What if I did the same thing for 1 and 5? Well, then I would have 5 equals a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. If I rearrange it, I would have a plus b plus c equals 5. And then what about 317? So then I know 17 equals a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus c. So that comes out to 9a plus 3b plus c equals 17. So now I have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, a, b, and c. So I can solve this. We're going to do a shortcut. We're going to solve it in a matrix on our calculator. So if I was setting this up, it'd be 4 minus 2, 1. Oh, that's too close. Looks like 21. 4 minus 2, 1, and then 32. 1, 1, 1, and 5. 9, 3, 1, and 17. So we haven't solved these by hand yet, but we've used our calculator. Where did I put mine now? I just had it here. Here it is. Okay. So I go to matrix. Nope. I go to second matrix. And I already put, if you go to edit, I already put the matrix in, right? I put this one in right here. So now when you're solving it, that's matrix A, you go to second you go back to your home page. I already did it right there. You're going to go to second matrix, and we want to do math. We want to go to reduced row echelon form. Remember, that's our goal. So there we are. We select that. And then we go back to matrix, and we want to do that for matrix A. So I select it, enter. There's our answer, right? Reduced row, 1's down the diagonal. So what do I know? I know that A equals 3, B equals -6, and C equals 8. So I'm just going to write that there. So now I can write an equation for the parabola. It would be y equals 3x squared minus 6x plus 8. Here we go. And let's say we want to check that. 3x squared minus 6x plus 8. There's the graph. Does it have these points on it? Let's check. So if I go to second calc, I can hit value. So let's check it at -2 when x equals -2. When x equals -2, y equals 32. Yep. Okay, let's try another one. Value. What about when x equals 1? I should get 5. Yep. That's the... it looks close to the vertex. It might not be. And then let's check 317. Value 3. Yes. So our equation is correct. That's how you can use technology to help you. See you next time.